This is my kind of old school. This would be old school football. This is like down the depths of the lower leagues, playing anything.
Hello and welcome to Chongle Park for Mousehole versus THATCHAM Town. As you can see behind me, the lads are now warming up after a slight scare earlier where the referee was deciding whether the game would be on. But it's game on now with a 15-minute delay, kick-off being at 3:15. This is Mousehole versus THATCHAM Town.
Welcome to the field, Mousehole!
Ryan, you're back in the squad today after a small injury. What have you been noticing so far?
Yeah, obviously another sort of small injury for myself. I just, in the last home game there, I turned my ankle, which it hasn't been too serious, but I just need to be careful, of course. Had a bit of swelling and stuff, but obviously it's good to be back. I mean, I think hopefully the game today is going to go ahead. We've had an unexpected turn of the weather, so it's quite wet, but yeah, fingers crossed we can go ahead today.
We can all see the conditions. Do you feel that will play a huge part in today's result?
Yeah, probably. Obviously it has a massive effect, especially with the sort of how soft the pitch gets, especially going into the later stages of the halves. But yeah, obviously we know it's going to be probably a game where it's going to be against the conditions. We're not going to be able to probably play as much football as we like. But yeah, we've just got to battle hard and hopefully we can get the 3 points.
Thanks, Ryan. it's half-time here at Trungle Park and Mousehole leading by 2-0 against Thatcham. A goal at each end of the half from Talon Mitchell and Oscar Massey. And here with me to give his thoughts is Dax. What were your thoughts on that first half?
I thought we started really well. But obviously, like as you said, the conditions are it's so hard and doesn't suit our quick passing game, I think. But got our noses in front, and then great to get that second goal by Tal at the end of the first half there. So looking good. I think it's just how the pitch is going to hold up for second half is the worry, isn't it?
Is there anything you change for the next 45?
What would I change? I think we'll let Jake for that. I think keep doing what we're doing, really. Passing it quick, passing it off the ground. You know, I think everything's going to stick in this, so keeping it off the ground. Yeah, try and play it as much as our game as we can. But I thought we looked fairly solid. Yeah, crosses a bit earlier maybe, but yeah, we'll let Jake make the decision, shall we?
Thanks, Dax.
Cheers, mate. That's the thing, isn't it?
Well, it's finished 2-0 here at Trungle Park with goals from Talon Mitchell and Oscar Massey securing the 3 points. It wasn't a pretty sight out there today, and with me is groundsman Steve Rogers. Steve, what are your thoughts?
Thank you, Ed. Well, looking at the state of the pitch, it is in a terrible state. It's probably worse than I thought, but we've got 2 weeks to overcome it, repair it. I've got a good team behind me, Freddie Stevens and Billy Jacket as well, so the three of us will get on it. Not tomorrow, we'll give it a little bit of a rest, but the next few days we'll get on it, flatten out those divots, get the quadruplay on it, get our new brushes on it, and try and get it back together for 2 weeks' time, the Exmouth game. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Steve. Yeah. Wardy, another great win, but how important do you feel it was to win under these conditions?
Yeah, huge. You know, there were talks when we got here that the game may or may not be going ahead. The judges were coming in, ref was testing the pitch, the ball wasn't bouncing. So, you know, as much as you try and prepare for a game to be on, you know, management were in and out saying we're not too sure. You And then the referee was sort of speaking to their manager, our manager, say, look, do you still want the game to go ahead? So it was kind of like hard to get your head around, and the kick-off delayed for 15 minutes. So as much as I don't look at the opposition, I feel sort of slightly sorry for them. You know, I mean, I know exactly how it would feel travelling all the way down from Reading and then the game being called off. So I was almost like, look, we're all here, let's get the game on regardless. And I'm sure you can probably tell from the highlights, the pitch is like an absolute battering today.
Another clean sheet added to your tally. How do you feel that'll impact your performance in the future?
Yeah, huge. We sort of pride ourselves on clean sheets. That's the the foundations for us. You know, we've got a solid back three. Unfortunately, Oscar Halls is leaving us to go back to the stateside, so we're going to have to sort of infill that. But you know, I think we've sort of got some great players on the bench to come back in, and we're just looking really good. You know, on the front foot, winning headers, winning tackles, and you know, set pieces, we're looking strong as well. So as long as you know we're doing our bit, you know, we'll always back the strikers to sort of finish the game off.
Thanks, Wardy.
Pleasure.
Jake, huge 3 points today under tough conditions. Can I have your reflection on it?
Yeah, I think you nailed it. To be honest, Ed, I feel that, you know, it's such tough conditions, and Thatcham have had a disappointing record on the road. So I'm not sure the players realise actually how good a win that is. You know, they're not flat, but they're a bit. You know, I don't know whether it's because it was tough out there. I don't know. They're tired, but you know, I don't think they realise how that pitch is. You know, we could play Man City out there today, and I mean, we wouldn't have beaten them, but we'd have given them a tough game because it's a lottery pitch. It's a pitch where, you know, it just becomes so difficult. But nothing wrong with that, and actually full credit to the referee. It was absolute touch and go. The weather was so much different from what we were told it was going to be, and it was really touch and go. But he said, look, let's give it a go, and actually, you know, look, it's tough, but it played all right. And we told the players what the game sort of game it had to be, and it's a real adjustment in style for us today. So that's another change that can make it difficult. So I'm really chuffed. I'm really chuffed with the win, and because I just think on the pitch today anything could have happened out there. It's just they need to slip, you know, a bobble, you know, a red card from a player that slips over and makes a bad tackle. So to overcome, you know, all of those factors, and I thought at first half we were excellent, by the way. I thought second half we dropped off a bit, you know, but you might expect that with the pitch the way it is. So no, I think it's a fantastic win. Like you say, with the conditions as they are, you've got to factor that in, and we won't overanalyse it. We're going to watch the video back and, you know, cut it up and send bits to the players and passages of play, because we're probably not going to play on a pitch like that again this season. So no, the boys played it really well. We struggled at Falmouth on a difficult surface. So no, the boys did really well.
That victory will push us up into third place. Are we kind of exceeding expectations at the minute?
I think that our expectation was to try and improve on last season. That's always got to be your expectation, I think. But we had a real not turnover of players, but we had a real evolution in the summer, and we got a lot of young players. So with that, you get that inconsistency. And I think we've shown that at times. But what we've done really well this year, which we didn't do last year, is we had a really bad spell, sort of November through to February, and we probably didn't adapt and change quickly enough. But we've done that. We've done that this year when we looked like we just dropped off from where we started the season. And we've overcome some games that I'm not sure we would have last year. So I think, yeah, we're exceeding the expectation in as much as we're improving, and we're ahead of where we were last year. I think we're 6 points better off from the same amount of games than we were last year, 6-7 points better off. So that's all you can do. But we're a young side, and you know, we'll have moments and days where we're not perfect and we're not at it, and the boys have got to learn and like enjoy those moments and what you have to adapt and how you have to be to win games like that. And I thought that was a really good example of it, which is why I think they should be really pleased. I am. But no, I think we're in a good position, but this league's, we can go and lose 3 games and all of a sudden you're in 9th, you know, 10th, whatever. But no, we're delighted with where we are in the table. We just got to keep doing good things and seeing what happens. But I'm proud of how the players have adapted in the last few weeks, and we've shown some resilience to conditions, to Malvern being pegged back from 2-0 up. So there's lots of really good signs. But there'll be loads of challenges ahead, I'm sure of it. So it's exciting. I love that. I love the challenge, and you know, I love seeing what this group can do. And I think they need to understand when a win is a good win, and I think they're getting better at it. But I want them to recognise that's a great win today. On that, you know, that's so good. So they'll get there. But no, we're doing all right. Still be better, lots of ways. Still probably need a few more players, you know, that between now and the end of the season to help us out. But we'll just keep doing what we're doing. Our record here has been fantastic, and that's all we can do. Pick points up on the road and keep winning here, and then we'll see where that takes us at the end of the year. We've got a target. We've got a little in-house target that we're trying to achieve, that we set right at the start of the season. Probably not far away from it, but we just got to keep being relentless and keep trying to be better and better each day. That's what we always say to the players. So happy, but still more to come.
Thanks, Jake. Well done.